Hello, students in the forgiveness class. Andrea Ortega-Picara has asked me to address you on the topic of forgiveness. I'm Robert Enright, professor in the Educational Psychology Department at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And I did have the honor of publishing the first empirically based study on forgiveness in the social sciences in 1989. With two of my colleagues, Maria Santos and Radialma Book. And we actually approach the study of forgiveness from philosophy first, not psychology, even though I'm a psychologist. And there's a big difference. You see, we do not see forgiveness as a set of psychological techniques to develop a skill. Instead, we approach it from Aristotle's philosophy. And by that I mean we see forgiveness as a moral virtue. According to Aristotle, any moral virtue, whether it's justice or patience or kindness or forgiveness, is about goodness flowing out from yourself to other people. And that includes a host of different kind of characteristics, all together in this response of the moral virtue. For example, you know what you are doing is good toward other people. With forgiveness, you are being good to those who are not good to you. You have a cognitive reality of it, in other words. You have an affect or a feeling of softness toward the other, which can be empathy and compassion. You have a motivation to not only get well for yourself when you forgive, but to put something of goodness into the heart of the other person. Connected again with this holistic view of forgiveness, you behave in a way toward the other that's civil, kind, generous, and loving. According to Aristotle, when you are engaging in the moral virtue of forgiveness, you try to be consistent in how you apply your thinking, feeling, motivation, and behavior toward others who hurt you, so that you strive to be the same in the quality of your forgiveness. And this one is very important. With practice, over and over again, you have to struggle through this practice to forgive well, or to be just well, or to be wise well, or to be kind well. And so it takes basically a lifetime of work, because none of us are perfect in any of the moral virtues, and forgiveness being so heroic, being good to those who are not good to you, takes a lot of effort. And so my challenge to all of you is that once you're done with your 5-week course, which I think is great because you have begun the study of forgiveness, the understanding of it, and the practice of it, don't think that you are through with the idea of forgiving. Yes, you will have engaged in some thought and some discussion and some practice, but Aristotle is also saying one of the crowning glories of the practice of any moral virtue is to develop a love of the virtue. Do you have a love of the virtue of forgiveness yet? Probably not after 5 weeks. It is that constant struggle to think and feel and be motivated and behave toward the other that builds that sense of love of the virtue, where now that virtue of forgiveness literally becomes part of you. It becomes part of who you are, part of your very identity. So congratulations on starting the pathway of forgiving. I hope you stay on that pathway for your lifetime, develop a love of the virtue of forgiveness, and in so doing a great expertise so that you put more love in the world. Thank you.